and welcome to a brand new episode of You Special on Ndtv Hindu. I'm Kuku Alex. Here's a program where you, the youth, can speak your mind, and with me are a bunch of youngsters today who are members of the Toastmasters Club of Chennai. Now, here's a bunch of youngsters who take up a topic every single week and then they bash it out. They pretty much bash it out, and they figure out the pros, the cons, everything. So I'm expecting a pretty good discussion from you guys today. So let's start. Today we're looking at someone called Baba Ramdev. Here's someone who was born in a small village in Haryana. He went by the name of Ram Krishna Yadav, but now many say he's one of those pioneers of the 2011 anti-corruption movement in India. Why is it that he has become so successful? That's what we're trying to look at. Let's start with you, Rahul. And is there a precedent that he's been following? Why is he so successful?
If you ask me which the biggest movement in India's history was before this, I'm sure all of us would agree that it was Gandhi's movement for independence. I think this is clearly the example that Ramdev is following. Because, he's following the basic ideal that Gandhi made this country famous for, which is non-violence and getting something done through fasting and, non-violence in general. So this is what I feel. And Ramdev is clearly putting this into, he's really implementing this.
But when you're saying something like that, the first thing that comes to my mind is Ramdev just recently made a statement saying if it were to come to that, then he's ready to come up with an army and of a lot of youngsters who will be armed and they will fight physically as well. So isn't there a contradiction there?
There definitely is a contradiction. Ramdev may be taking cue from Gandhi, but not completely. He is making his own differences in the way he's doing things today.
Rahul is so passionate about Gandhi as such, but India's independence doesn't end only with Gandhi's movement. But there was also a person called Bhagat Singh who played a role, who shed bloodshed. You have Subhash Chandra Bose, who also contributed by, he killed people, but it was also a siege for independence. So independence or any movement as such, it is just not about a peaceful way of protesting. Even bloodsheds are there. I think if Baba Ramdev sees if that is the only option, if it is the only option finally to resort to the movement by anti-corruption in India, I think there's nothing wrong about it.
There's nothing wrong about an army being formed to fight corruption.
I think it's ridiculous to fight corruption with bloodshed. It's like giving money to get blood. I don't think so. I mean, corruption is something totally out of context when it comes to bloodshed and independence, and it's all past. I agree that history strengthens our roots, but then I don't think we should resort to bloodshed. And I personally believe why Ramdev has been so popular is because he is a yoga leader and he's always been an emblem of good things, religious probably. And India has a lot of Hindu people, and a lot of people basically, irrespective of the religion, follow yoga. And this guy being an emblem of yoga, icon of the youth yoga, he's getting it faster and quicker than anybody else. That's what I think. And I don't personally believe bloodshed should come anywhere into the picture.
Okay, so you're saying his popularity stems from the fact that he's such a popular yoga guru.
Exactly.
Okay. But is that enough for his success?
But is that more than if that is enough? Is it the right way to get success? Is he doing the right thing? Is he doing the right thing by promising the government that I would, by 5 p.m. today, I will complete my fast, I will break it, and then bring a huge army of people, which was totally against what he promised to the government. And when the government resorted back, they made it even more bloodshed, even more fighting, even more everything. And now they say it's the second Jallianwala Bagh that has come in place. But that is a total absolute. There is no comparison. Jallianwala Bagh was completely different. This is completely different. Yes, the government was wrong by putting in the tear gas on innocent people. Yes, that was wrong. But what he did was also wrong. He's supposed to be a spiritual guru, supposed to be teaching people to do the right thing in the right way, and not this. Bloodshed, fighting, violence, all that is wrong, totally wrong. And India's never really followed that. We have never really gone through all of that.
Right, but what he is probably going to say in such a situation is, his excuse, as it were, would be, I was spurred to do this. It wasn't my choice. I was there sitting alone, sitting in fasting with a lot of people supporting me. And here's the government that comes and makes me do this. That's what he's going to say, right?
I totally agree with you. That was exactly what I wanted to say. Ramdev did not he did not give the first blow. It was the government. The government dealt the first blow. it was just a peaceful gathering. Of course, Ramdev said there would be only 5,000, but there were 50,000. That's a different issue. But from what I saw on TV and in the news, the people over there in the ground were just dancing and singing while the fast was going on to while away the time. I don't see anything wrong in that. What I feel is that Ramdev should have taken a slightly more different approach towards uprooting corruption. Instead of making emphasizing on yoga as the key to the solution to corruption and whatnot, he could have been a little more focused in his approach, is what I feel.
Okay.
Government has waited for a long time. Ramdev waited for a long time and waited for actions about black money and for the corruption to be uprooted from this country. But there was all talking were going on, but there was no action on table. We have people from bureaucrats to politicians doing lip services, but no one was ready to take action and say, bring anyone to justice. But in that case, there was the ordinary guy who was doing a provocating spirituality. He comes here and he says, I want the government to take action about it. And you again blow him back, lathi charge at people. People have resorted to, he was forced to take this measure.
Alright, so you're supporting Baba Ramdev basically. Alright, let's hear from someone else, Praveen.
Yeah, Rahul, you compared this with the Gandhi movement. My question is that when Gandhi started his movement, there was not mass media around his place. So even in spite of there was no mass media, the awareness was spread among each and every citizen in nation. But now, if you just go to the common people and ask what corruption is all about, do you think he would be able to respond to your question? But I think this questions me that whether he does this for a purpose of a fame or name. Because if he is really bothered about all these things, he should have spread an awareness throughout the nation. He should have gone to the people below the poverty line. He should have explained what it is all about. Instead of having a father 2 to 8, it doesn't mean that he is creating an awareness all over the nation. So I feel that somewhere is doing something wrong, which I feel that he's speaking just to get the name and the fame.
Alright, so you're calling his intentions into question.
Exactly.
Basically. Okay, let's get another voice here as well. Yeah, go ahead.
Basically, as from the common man perspective, what I want to say is, so something is being done against corruption nowadays. So as a common man, see, now the corruption is the enormity of the corruption is so much. So it's previously what happened 10 years back was it's like 10 crores or 5 crores or 1,000. Now it's happening in 100 crores, 200 crores, 300 crores. What the poor man is see. If you
Are you saying that the poor man should also go ahead and support someone like Baba Ramdev?
Yes, definitely he should. Like, see, if you visit villages, people are suffering for 50 days per day. They will toil for the entire day and they are getting wages on 50 rupees, maybe 100 rupees. Now what these politicians are doing, they are simply signing one contract and getting 500 crores, 600 crores, just like anything. So we should fight for that.
Alright, okay, so the debate is just starting. We'll have to come to the end of this particular segment, but 2 more to go. Do come right back.